Indian almond leaf, Catappa leaf, Ketapang leaf. So many names, so many people using it, so many fish and shrimp absolutely loving it. But why? What are they exactly? What do we get from them? Let me explain. Indian almond leaves come from the Terminalia Catappa tree, and they are very popular in aquarium hobby. These trees grow in Australia, Asia and Pacific area. They can be harvested by simply picking them from the ground, and after they are dry enough, they are ready to be used. Which seems really crazy to me because I'm from Europe and I have to pay for them, like a lot. I actually pay for each individual leaf. So if you're from Asia, feel free to make fun of me because I know how crazy it sounds. Luckily, Indian almond leaves are quite big and this is why I don't have to use a lot of them. Now, let's talk about the benefits because there's a lot of them. Indian almond leaves are mostly used because of their natural healing capabilities. They are known for their antibacterial and antifungal properties, and they are very often used as a natural remedy for fish infections. It's especially effective against fin rot and can even help to prevent this disease to occur in the first place. So, if you are keeping betta fish in your tank, it will definitely help to keep it healthy. Catappa leaves are also known to reduce stress in fish, and this is also connected to the previous point. Stress-free fish are much more lively, active, and therefore will be more visible in your tank. And by definition, stress-free fish are more resistant to common diseases. And because, like I mentioned, those leaves are quite big, and they are also good at creating many hiding places for your fish. And fish can really feel when they have a lot of places that they can use to hide, and this makes them feel safer and therefore stress-free. Next thing those leaves can do is lower pH levels, and they do it in a very natural way. Of course, it highly depends on the KH levels of your water, but if you want to optimize your water parameters in the long run, lower your pH slowly and steadily, Catappa leaves will definitely help you to do it. And water with low pH is preferred by many different types of fish from Asia and South America. Those leaves are also very helpful with blackwater setups. As Indian almond leaves starting to decay, they release a lot of tannins. And that means that water in your tank will become slightly yellow or even brown. I get that not everyone likes that, but it makes the environment much more natural, healthy, and in my opinion, really beautiful. And remember that fish like bettas, neon tetras, apistogrammas, discus, they really feel much better in conditions like that. Next, they can help inducing breeding in your fish. Combination of slightly lower pH, tannins in the water column, and generally darkened environment are very good triggers for breeding. It's especially true for apistogrammas of all sorts. Dark environment makes the protection of eggs and fry much easier, and low pH with tannins resembles natural habitats. And that sends a signal to your fish that the environment around them is safe, healthy, natural, and their young can simply survive in it. Indian almond leaves are also fantastic food source for your fish fry and shrimp, especially shrimp. They go absolutely crazy for this. Many shrimp keepers will tell you that they treat Catappa leaves as sort of an extra treat for their shrimp. But fish fry also like to peck on it, and especially in the first days of their lives, very small fry can find a lot of infusoria living on those leaves. And infusoria is one of the best food sources for them during the first days of their life. If you have any more experience with benefits of Catappa leaves, let us know in the comments. It's always great to hear from you and learn something from you. Okay, so we know they bring a lot of benefits, but how do we use them exactly? Well, it's actually very easy. The easiest way to do it is simply put them whole in your aquarium. At the beginning they might float, actually they will definitely float, but after a few days they will sink with no problem. The only thing to do is to rinse them to make sure that they are actually clean. Next, you just have to wait for those leaves to release their beneficial properties into the water column. It can take few hours to few days depending on the number of leaves and size of your aquarium. And if you have very small tank, you can cut those leaves in smaller pieces. I always use one of those small pieces in my shrimp tanks and they really seem to love it. You can replace those leaves once they really start to decompose. This will typically take few weeks to few months. Second popular method is not to use leaves directly, but to make an extract from them. This method is quite popular among betta fish keepers. You do this by putting your leaves in boiling water. This way, they will release their tannins into the water very quickly. The more leaves you will use, the more intense your extract will get. After the water cools down, it's ready to be used in your tank. And finally, how much of those leaves should you use? Well, the most popular approach seems to be one medium-sized leaf for each 40 liters of water. But you can adjust those numbers to your needs based on your observations and the needs of your fish and shrimp. As you can see, there are many benefits of using Catappa leaves in aquariums. They have natural antibacterial and antifungal properties. They release tannins, which can help to create a natural environment. They improve overall water quality, reduce pH levels. Catappa leaves can simulate the natural environment of your fish and shrimp, providing them with hiding spots and reducing stress. And they are known to stimulate fish and shrimp breeding. Overall, Catappa leaves in aquariums can help to create healthy and thriving aquatic environment.